hotel tour. Outside's the bathroom. It's like a very historic vibe, you know? Down Boston.
Anybody want any?
Oh, I just hit the window too. Griffin hit his head on the window a second ago, and now I just literally ran the camera into it. There's a reason why I brought my camera that's falling apart. So here's a little look at our hotel that we stayed at. We stayed at Marriott Vacation Club Pulse at Custom House, which I believe is Boston's first skyscraper. So that was kind of cool. And we, on our first night, we just went to get dinner over at Union Oyster House, which is like a touristy, historic type of place to go. But everyone just wanted kind of like Boston style food, like fish and chips, chowder, that kind of thing. And it was a really historic building and really just felt like you time traveled when you went in. So that was like a cool first thing to do for our first night there. And it was really good. So we enjoyed that. And then the next morning we just woke up and kind of took things a little slow. We were all tired from traveling, but this was the view outside of our room. And then like when we went around to the elevator, that was the view right here. So we had some nice downtown views, and then we walked to Tate, one of their many locations, for breakfast, and it was so good. We had heard so much about it, and it was like one of the top places that came up when we were trying to find breakfast. And we like split a scone, and I had this delicious breakfast sandwich and a iced vanilla latte with oat milk, and it was so good. And then we kind of stumbled across the Boston Massacre site when we were leaving Tate, so that's what this was. And then we stopped by the Old City Hall, and it was a really beautiful building, and we saw the Ben Franklin statue and took some pictures there, and honestly just tried to like stop at a lot of the spots along Freedom Trail without taking like a full day to do a tour. And then we walked our way toward the Boston Common area and walked along Freedom Trail, and it started to rain a little bit. But this was probably like one of my favorite parts, if not my favorite part of the trip, because it was so beautiful seeing like the city and the nature all in one area. And I really feel like the foliage was like at its peak, and seeing all the trees was just so beautiful. And I absolutely loved being able to see all that, and just all the statues that were throughout Boston Public Garden. And this right here was like my favorite shot. Like, look at the trees, it's so pretty. And yeah, we walked through the Boston Public Garden, and it was really nice and well maintained, and it was just a really great way to like spend a good portion of our day, like getting some exercise in as well. So we really enjoyed seeing all of like the nature and statues and everything like that. And then we made our way towards Newbury Street, and we just kind of shopped around because it was raining. And I stopped in the Thinking Cup coffee bar and got a tea, and it was super busy. And we went in a few stores as well, but we all got really hungry, and we just went to which I would not normally do on vacation, for lunch, just because it was close by and it was pouring and it was quick. We absolutely loved all the architecture of the buildings over on Newbury. And then we walked to Fenway Park, and unfortunately we did not get to see the big green monster from the inside, but we did see the outside. And then we went to the Boston Public Library, which we weren't initially planning on doing, but it was literally so breathtakingly beautiful. I'm so glad we went, and it kind of reminded me of like the New York Public Library. But just the amount of detail that like goes into like some of these buildings is so crazy. So we really enjoyed seeing that. And then we got poured on, like absolutely drenched. And then we stopped by Prudential Center for a little bit and just shopped around in a few stores. I didn't do an outfit clip this morning from Major L like 2 years ago from Revolve, when they gifted me stuff a long time ago, but it's like super uncomfy right now. My jeans are the Abercrombie & Fitch dad jeans. They're actually a lot more like light naturally, and I completely messed up. Like, if y'all watched my vlog before this, I was trying so hard to get my outfits figured out, and I switched my outfits the night before we left that I had decided on because I realized it was going to be raining one day. So I was like, oh, I can't wear, because I was going to wear like a blazer coat, and I was like, no, I need something with a hood. So today I've been wearing my Aritzia Little Puff. So I had switched out my sweater and my jacket, not thinking about my jeans and boots. Yeah, I just didn't like how, I didn't think about how it would all look together, because I just threw it together last minute because of realizing it was gonna rain. But my jeans are literally soaking wet, and they're already huge, and I forgot my belt. Like, they're they literally swallow me whole, and the water makes them fall off me more, and then I have on my platform dogs. Hello everyone, it's a lot later. Ignore this pimple I have on my cheek that just came out to play this weekend. It's later. I'm like so not used to the lighting and the quality of this camera, and honestly just like seeing myself in it takes me back to like when I used this camera like years ago, because it's been since fall of senior year of college. So, or fall of senior year of college. So it's been a long time. It just takes me back to like my junior year holding it. I actually really miss how small this camera is. I forgot how tiny it was. And my A6400 is like not even that big and bulky. It's bulky because of my microphone, but still. Anyways, my dad went to go find something to wear for dinner tonight at a store nearby. Because our clothes are all wet and he didn't have anything else. This is the one time I didn't bring a single extra piece of clothing in terms of like a shirt or anything. So I'm wearing the shirt that I'm wearing home on the air, or when we fly home right now, and I'm wearing the jeans I'm wearing tomorrow, the jacket I'm wearing tomorrow, and the shoes that I brought that I ended up not needing to bring. But so far really enjoying Boston. Honestly, I think I like it more than New York City. Like, New York City was a lot of fun and it was so great to see so many like awesome places, but I feel like, I don't know, like New York City just definitely was really, really great, and I still need to go at like Christmas time. I didn't really realize how small Boston is. And now that I live in Houston, and like I realize that like most cities I go to are going to be smaller than Houston, it's just nice, I guess. But I really like the size, and like we were saying all day how clean everything is, at least in the area of like we're kind of over by North End, but I love how clean it is. It's beautiful, especially this time of year, and I just love how walkable it is. So walkable, so I love that. But definitely really enjoying it so far. But the rain situation was a mess earlier. I came back and I tried to do a little bit of studying for the CPA, but I was just so beat. So it didn't really happen, and my phone like isn't wanting to charge because of water being in it. It did it again after, like when I put it back in my charger. But yeah, we are going to go get Italian, I think, because we're sort of in the Little Italy area. And we don't want to walk very far after walking like all day today, so. This wasn't our top pick for dinner, but we ended up eating at Ristorante Limoncello for dinner, which was actually delicious. I had pumpkin ravioli and it was unreal. It was so good. And then the next morning we went up on the observatory deck of our hotel, which was super cool, and it like wrapped all the way around the building, and you could see Boston from so many different angles, and it was really cool to see just like the pretty trees from up above and the water, and see all the like boats coming in and everything in the harbor. So it was like really, really neat. And then we went to a Tradesman coffee shop, which was right by our hotel, and I had a really good breakfast sandwich on like this jalapeno biscuit. It was like really, really good, and a seasonal hot latte. And then after we ate, and we actually saw a dog chase a turkey, and the turkey flied up on the top of a hotel, but that was a side note. It was just the weirdest thing we had ever seen. And then we walked to the harbor walk area, and we saw Long Wharf, and we just kind of spent some time like soaking up like how pretty it was. We're Floridians, so we love the water, and it was so beautiful, and it was really cool to see all the different boats and everything, and like just the common area was really pretty. And that was our hotel right there with a clock on it, by the way, and it was just cool to see that from another angle. And then we saw the Paul Revere statue, and we walked to Old North Church, where the lanterns were hung that warned of like the British coming during the Revolutionary War. And it also felt like time traveling when we went in there. It was well maintained, but it was like very old, you could tell, and it was very cool to see, which we weren't planning on initially doing that. And then we came across this farmer's market, and we went to Faneuil Hall and Quincy Market as well, but a lot of stuff like wasn't really open. And then we actually Ubered over to Harvard's campus and Harvard Square, but we were starving when we got there, so we went in the smoke shop to eat, and it was actually so good, and I got to try Down East cider, which I was super happy about. But then we went to Harvard's campus and walked around during golden hour and just saw Harvard Square and the law school, and it was one of my favorite parts of the trip because it was actually so beautiful. And my mom was really the only person who like really wanted to go over here, but I'm so glad that we went because it was truly so beautiful, and I don't know another time that I would just like go and stop by Harvard's campus. But it was really, really pretty. And then at night there was like severe weather, so we actually went to Warehouse Bar and Grill right around the corner from our hotel, and I got to try another Down East cider, which was really good. It was the blueberry one. And then the next morning we went to Tate again because it was really good, and we just needed something quick before heading to the airport. I had a breakfast sandwich again, and I tried the winter spice latte, and it was one of the best coffees I've ever had. And then we went to the airport. Hi, it's me. It's so much later, like a month after this trip almost, and I'm editing this vlog, but I wanted to say that
The trip was super fun, and it was super last minute for us. We decided to go like a week and a half or 2 weeks before my parents like were going, and they actually were going, they went with another couple that they were friends with, so we just kind of like tagged along. And normally I'm someone who likes to like plan out a lot of things that we do on trips, and I don't necessarily like, I'm not the type to like have a really strict itinerary, but like I like to know ideas of like food places, and I like to know ideas of things to do and just sort of have things picked out. So I kind of had to do all that like last minute, like as we were there, since I was super busy studying and like trying to get ahead on studying before going on the trip for the CPA and everything. So like a lot of it was just like a trip. I didn't take it the way I would normally take a trip somewhere, and we like definitely didn't see a lot of things, but we also did see a lot. But we were also only there like for 2 like full days. And then the other 2 days were travel days, but we really loved it. It was so much fun, and I definitely like cannot wait to go back, and I have like so many other places I want to try. We didn't get to try like Mike's pastry or anything like that either. Like, I don't know, the weather was just really bad like our last night there, and like one of my friends that actually lives in Boston like came to our hotel, and we had a drink with her, and then it was good I got to see her and everything. But that was our trip to Boston. Hope y'all enjoyed the little vlog. I know it wasn't like a lot of talking, but I really just wanted to show as much as I could and then voice it over, just because I feel like, I don't know, I was also with people I'm not normally with, because it wasn't just my family. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you've like been to Boston before, if you live in Boston, if there's anything else I need to try like next time I go, because I will definitely be going back, leave it in the comments below. Would love to hear it. But I will see you all in my next vlog. Thanks for watching. Bye.